You have been betrayed more times than you can count. And the most dangerous part is this: many of those betrayals came from people who smiled while they sharpened the knife. The enemy you see across the battlefield is easy to defeat. The enemy who sits beside you at dinner is the one who ends empires. Machiavelli understood something most men refuse to accept. Hatred rarely destroys you, but false loyalty will. Open enemies announce their intentions. Fake friends conceal them until the moment your guard is down. They wait patiently. They learn your weaknesses. They study your habits. And when the time comes, they strike from inside your walls. Tonight you stop being naive. Tonight you learn the rules that princes used to survive courts filled with smiling assassins. Rule 1. Trust patterns, not words. Fake friends are masters of language. They say what sounds right, what feels right, what keeps you comfortable enough to ignore the inconsistencies in their behavior. But words are theater. Patterns are truth. A man may praise you publicly and sabotage you privately. He may call you brother while competing with you in silence. He may celebrate your success with his mouth while resenting it in his heart. If you judge him by his words, you will be deceived. If you judge him by his patterns, you will see him clearly. Machiavelli watched nobles pledge loyalty to a prince in the morning and conspire against him by nightfall. He learned quickly that survival depended on observation, not sentiment. The prince who trusted declarations died young. The prince who studied behavior ruled long. Watch who disappears when you struggle. Watch who grows distant when you succeed. Watch who subtly undermines your decisions while pretending to support them. These are not accidents. These are signals. The fake friend reveals himself through small betrayals, long before the major one arrives. He cancels when it matters. He shares information that was not his to share. He disguises envy as concern. He offers advice that leads you away from your goals rather than toward them. Your task is not to confront immediately. Your task is to collect evidence in silence. A powerful man does not react to suspicion. He verifies it. When you begin trusting patterns instead of words, illusions dissolve. You stop seeing people as they present themselves and start seeing them as they are. And once you see clearly, you cannot be manipulated by charm again. Rule 2. Never reveal your full strategy. Fake friends feed on information. Every plan you share, every fear you confess, every ambition you reveal becomes material they can use against you later. The man who knows your destination can place obstacles along your path. The man who knows your insecurities can trigger them at will. Machiavelli advised rulers to be inscrutable, to let others see what you want them to see, while your true intentions remain hidden behind a veil. Transparency is admirable in friendships built on loyalty. It is suicidal among wolves disguised as allies. Stop announcing your moves before you make them. Stop telling everyone what you are building. Stop exposing your timeline, your resources, your next step. Move in silence and let results speak after the fact. The fake friend grows uncomfortable when he cannot predict you. He relies on knowing your plans so he can position himself accordingly, to compete, to copy, or to obstruct. When you deny him that knowledge, you remove his advantage. This does not mean living in paranoia. It means practicing selective disclosure. There are levels to access, and not everyone earns the highest clearance. Share your vision only with those who have proven loyalty through action, not proximity. Share your fears only with those who have demonstrated they can protect them. Everyone else receives a surface version of you, polite, controlled, unreadable. Mystery is armor. The less they know, the less they can weaponize. Rule 3. Control emotional access. Fake friends survive by triggering you. They provoke reactions to measure how much control they have over your state of mind. If they can make you angry, they can make you careless. If they can make you insecure, they can make you submissive. Emotional manipulation is their primary tool. Machiavelli observed that the most dangerous leaders were those who could not be emotionally hijacked. They could be insulted without rage, pressured without panic, praised without arrogance. Their inner world remained sealed. You must become that man. Do not reveal what hurts you. Do not reveal what excites you excessively. Do not reveal what frightens you. Emotional transparency in hostile environments is self-sabotage. When a fake friend realizes he cannot influence your emotions, he loses interest or exposes himself through escalation. He will try harder to provoke you. He will push boundaries. He will manufacture drama. All of this is data confirming his intentions. Your indifference becomes a mirror, forcing him to confront his own desperation. Control also means refusing to seek validation from those whose loyalty is uncertain. The moment you need their approval, you hand them leverage. They can grant it or withhold it to shape your behavior. The sovereign man validates himself. He does not perform for applause from people who secretly hope he fails. Understand this clearly. Emotional access is a privilege, not a right. Most people should never reach the inner chambers of your mind. They remain in the outer courtyard, interacting with a version of you that reveals nothing critical. When you combine these three rules, trusting patterns, concealing strategy, and controlling emotional access, you transform from prey into observer. You begin to see the hidden dynamics that govern relationships. You stop assuming goodwill where none exists. The naive man believes friendship is proven by time. The wise man knows it is proven by pressure. Anyone can appear loyal when life is easy. True allegiance reveals itself only when circumstances demand sacrifice. From this moment forward, you will not be surprised by betrayal because you will see it forming long before it strikes. You will not be wounded by fake friends because they will never reach a position where they can harm you. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming aware, and awareness is the first step toward power. If you have been surrounded by hidden enemies, disguised as allies, understand this: the game was always being played. You were simply not taught the rules. Now you are. By now you understand the first deception of fake friends. They do not reveal themselves through open hostility. They reveal themselves through friction disguised as loyalty. They smile while quietly resisting your progress. They stand beside you while subtly pulling you backward. And if you confront them directly, they will deny everything with such conviction that you begin to question your own perception. Machiavelli warned princes never to expose their suspicions prematurely. Once an enemy knows he is seen, he adapts. He becomes more careful, more patient, more dangerous. The true master allows the traitor to believe he remains invisible. Rule 4. Test loyalty through controlled scarcity. Fake friends thrive when your presence is abundant. As long as you are always available, always helpful, always giving, they can maintain the illusion of closeness without investing anything real in return. But scarcity reveals truth faster than interrogation ever could. Withdraw strategically. Stop initiating contact. Stop offering help before it is requested. Stop filling the silence. Become slightly less accessible, slightly less predictable, slightly less accommodating. Do not announce this change. Do not explain it. Simply shift your energy elsewhere. Watch what happens. The genuine ally will lean forward. He will check on you. He will invest effort to maintain the connection. Loyalty moves toward absence, not away from it. The fake friend will do the opposite. He will become distant, irritated, or passive-aggressive. He will interpret your withdrawal as a loss of utility because, to him, the relationship was transactional all along. When the benefits decrease, his interest evaporates. Some will attempt to guilt you back into your previous role. They will accuse you of changing, of becoming cold, of forgetting where you came from. This is not concern. This is control disguised as nostalgia. Machiavelli understood that loyalty cannot be proven through words or time, only through inconvenience. The ally who remains when you are no longer useful is the one worth keeping. The rest were merely consumers of your energy. Scarcity is not cruelty. It is filtration. When you stop overextending yourself, the parasites detach on their own. Rule 5. Force them into the open without direct conflict. The amateur confronts betrayal with emotion. The strategist exposes it with circumstance. Fake friends operate in ambiguity. They rely on plausible deniability. They need situations where their intentions can be disguised as misunderstandings or coincidences. Your task is to remove that ambiguity. Give them opportunities to demonstrate loyalty in ways that cannot be faked. Ask for small but meaningful support at critical moments. Observe whether they show up or disappear. Share minor vulnerabilities and watch whether they protect or exploit them. Present situations where their interests conflict with yours and see which side they choose. Do this calmly. Do this quietly. Do this without accusation. The truth will reveal itself naturally. Machiavelli described this as creating conditions where a man must declare himself through action rather than rhetoric. When forced to choose between loyalty and self-interest, the false ally will always choose himself, and in doing so, he unmasks himself without you ever raising your voice. Once exposed, you do not retaliate. You adjust, reduce access, limit information, reposition them to the outer circles of your life where their influence is negligible. Treat them with polite indifference rather than hostility. Hostility energizes enemies. Indifference starves them. There is also a darker advantage. When fake friends believe they remain trusted, they become careless. They reveal networks, intentions, and weaknesses they would otherwise conceal. By maintaining a calm exterior, you turn them into unwitting informants within their own schemes. This is why Machiavelli advised rulers to keep potential traitors close, not out of sentiment, but out of strategy. Distance eliminates risk, but proximity provides intelligence. The master chooses based on which serves his position best. Most men react impulsively when they feel betrayed. They cut ties dramatically, make emotional declarations, burn bridges in moments of rage. This may feel powerful, but it is actually surrender. You give up the informational advantage and alert your enemy that he must adapt. Controlled detachment is far more effective. You become courteous but unavailable, friendly but impenetrable, present but unreachable. They sense the shift but cannot prove it. They feel the loss of influence but cannot confront it directly without exposing themselves. This creates psychological discomfort, the same discomfort they once inflicted on you. They begin to wonder what you know. They begin to question their own security. The balance of power reverses. Understand this principle deeply. The strongest position is not destroying your enemies. It is making them irrelevant. As you apply rules 4 and 5, your circle will begin to change. Some people will fade away quietly. Others will attempt to reassert control through drama or provocation. A few will transform when they realize the old dynamics no longer work. Let the process unfold without interference. You are not responsible for maintaining relationships that drain you. You are responsible for protecting the environment necessary for your growth. A prince surrounded by manipulators cannot govern effectively. A man surrounded by hidden enemies cannot build anything lasting. Your life is a kingdom. Your attention is its treasury. Your trust is its highest security clearance. And access to either must be earned through consistent proof of loyalty. Most people will fail that test. That is not tragedy. That is clarity. By now, the fog is lifting. You are beginning to see who stands with you and who merely stands near you. You are beginning to understand that proximity is not allegiance and familiarity is not loyalty. By the time a prince realized he was surrounded by traitors, it was already too late. The poison had seeped into the court, decisions were compromised, information was leaking, loyalty had become performance instead of truth. Machiavelli witnessed this pattern again and again, rulers destroyed not by foreign armies, but by those who ate at their table. You will not share their fate. The final rules are not about detecting fake friends. They are about rendering them powerless forever. Rule 6. Replace emotion with structure. Most men manage relationships emotionally. They trust based on history, affection, or shared memories. But emotion is unstable. It blinds judgment. It forgives what should not be forgiven and overlooks what should not be ignored. Machiavelli believed power required structure systems that function regardless of feelings. A wise ruler did not rely on personal loyalty alone. He created conditions where betrayal became costly and loyalty became beneficial. You must do the same. Stop relying on how someone makes you feel. Start evaluating how they behave under pressure, responsibility, and temptation. Create boundaries that do not shift based on mood. Decide in advance what behaviors you tolerate and what behaviors trigger distance. Structure removes confusion. For example, never mix sensitive plans with people who have not proven discretion. Never allow repeated disrespect to go unanswered through consequences. Never grant unlimited access to anyone, no matter how long you have known them. Fake friends thrive in environments without rules. They exploit emotional loopholes. They rely on your hesitation to enforce consequences. When structure replaces sentiment, their advantage disappears. This is not about becoming robotic. It is about becoming disciplined. When someone violates your standards, you do not argue. You adjust their access. When someone proves loyalty, you reward it with trust carefully, gradually, strategically. Over time, your circle becomes self-regulating. Those who cannot meet your standards remove themselves. Those who remain become stronger allies because the environment demands integrity. You are no longer reacting to betrayal. You are preventing it through design. Rule 7. Build a circle that makes betrayal impossible. Machiavelli wrote that the strongest fortress is not stone walls, but the loyalty of the people. A prince protected by devoted allies does not fear conspiracies, because conspiracies cannot survive where trust is genuine and mutual. Your final task is not merely eliminating fake friends. It is constructing a network of real ones. This requires patience and selectivity. Do not choose allies based on convenience, proximity, or shared interests alone. Choose based on character. Look for men who demonstrate consistency across time and context, men whose actions align with their words even when no one is watching. Men who do not compete with you but grow alongside you. Real allies do not drain energy. They multiply it. They celebrate your victories without hidden resentment. They challenge you without hidden agendas. They protect your reputation in rooms you are not present to defend yourself. Their loyalty is not loud, but it is unshakable. You will know them by what they sacrifice, not by what they say. Invest deeply in these relationships. Support their goals as fiercely as they support yours. Loyalty must be reciprocal to endure. A circle built on mutual advancement becomes a force no hidden enemy can penetrate. Fake friends fear environments like this because transparency exposes them. They cannot operate where communication is clear, boundaries are firm, and respect is enforced. Eventually, they withdraw on their own. And this is the ultimate Machiavellian outcome, not victory through destruction, but victory through superiority of structure. You do not chase traitors out, you build something they cannot exist within. When you reach this stage, something shifts inside you. You stop scanning every room for threats because your environment is secure. You stop questioning every interaction because your standards filter people automatically. You stop fearing betrayal Because betrayal no longer grants meaningful damage, you have become insulated by design. Understand the magnitude of this transformation. The naive man hopes people will be loyal. The wise man ensures only loyal people remain. From this moment forward, you move differently. You trust carefully, speak strategically, and observe constantly. You do not harden your heart, you sharpen your judgment. You do not isolate yourself, you refine your circle. Fake friends and hidden enemies will still exist in the world, but they will exist outside your gates, not within them. This is the final evolution of Machiavellian awareness. You are no longer the man surrounded by wolves pretending to be sheepdogs. You are the man who recognizes the difference instantly. You are the man who cannot be infiltrated because access to you is no longer easy. Your time, your energy, your attention, these are no longer public resources. They are guarded assets, allocated only to those who prove worthy, and the peace that follows is not weakness, it is sovereignty. You have learned the rules most men discover only after catastrophic betrayal. You have seen the machinery behind deception. You have replaced naivety with strategy, reaction with control, chaos with structure. Now the game changes, because the moment fake friends realize they cannot manipulate you, cannot predict you, and cannot reach you, they stop trying. Predators seek easy prey. When you become difficult to exploit, they move elsewhere, and you are left with something rare in the modern world, a life free from hidden enemies. Guard it, build it, expand it. Your inner circle is now a fortress, not of stone, but of discernment. Your reign over your own life begins here. If this awakened something in you, if you felt the shift from reacting to commanding, then you already know this is only the beginning. Subscribe now, because the men who master these principles early become the men the world cannot ignore later.